Hey, good morning, Meg, and welcome to your first day of clinics. I have you compare on a comparison of your initial approach this morning with on the left is Catherine Bell when she was a senior in high school and an Under Armour All-American. And so I just want to show you where we're trying to get to from an approach standpoint and look at some of the differences that we have identified. First, you've got your footwork corrected, so that's really nice, and both of you are going to be on this four-step approach. So let's take a look as we start. Notice we take that first right, and then it comes our explosion step. Now, I'm going to tell you that you're here. We got your hands just a little bit higher than we'd like them. We really don't want to see them come past the waist on that, just because it tends to stand you up instead of getting you going forward. Okay, so we want to make sure we take a look at that. As we continue to move out, what we see is that first step followed by the power stride. Notice that we got really good distance on our arms, so we really like what we're seeing there in both scenarios. Your arms are nice and far back. They've got some real distance on them, which looks really good because we know the longer they are, the higher we jump. As we land also, if we notice your foot, right now you're a little bit still close to the setter. We like that. We can get just a little more angle on that, so you're at about 45. That's going to help stop your movement forward and help make you go up. But anyway, like what we're seeing here, as we move into the adjustment phase, take a look at that footwork again. Really, feet are kind of close, so that's going to limit your ability to jump. We need a broader, a little bit wider stance when we plant that last foot. As we move forward, we notice the arms are going up. Now, we notice that you're braking here just a little sooner than we like. We haven't talked about it yet, but that breaks a little bit sooner because remember, as we continue, as soon as we start braking, it's going to not allow us to continue up. It's going to reduce our height some, so we want to make sure we continue up forward. As we see Catherine Bell, our Under Armour All-American, as we continue to go up, notice now that the spring in the legs here versus your approach, which is straight up. So that's what we were talking about. We were trying to describe that as a Toyota kick or whatever. But ultimately what we want to ultimately form is what we call this power C position with our curvature. So right now yours is more kind of like that. And we really want that power C because that means that the right hip is drawn back and it's going to allow you to move that forward and create a lot of power. As we continue on through the swing, we notice that your head is still up and your shoulders are back, and then notice where your leg is landing in perspective to here. And when we look at Catherine, notice that right shoulder has come all the way around, and watch that head snap. If you see that, that's downward trajectory on the ball. That's what we're trying to accomplish, and that all the mechanics together will help that happen. Notice your head is still up and out when you're swinging up, so we don't have a lot of downward torque on the ball, and we tend to land and hit underneath it. You're going to add, by adding 4 or 5 inches of jump, you're going to continue to rise, which will allow you to get that right shoulder around in front and get a more dynamic swing. So that's kind of where we're going. We'd like to see you after about 4 or 5 sessions in this plane every single swing, and we'd like to see you create this power C move in every single. Now, I've called it a Toyota kick, but we like to see you create that power C move because that means that you've actuated your core and it's going to allow you to get around the ball. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. This is where we are, and that's the work that we're going to do in order to try to get you to this point right here. Most of the kids are getting there, so it can be done. All right? Talk to you later. Have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you Thursday. Bye-bye.